Good morning, guys. So today is 23rd of May, and this is our pre-market analysis for 23rd of May. Keep in mind that Monday is market holiday in the US due to Memorial Day. So today will be, in general, what the market expect is light trading. Most of the traders will be on long weekend. So let's start. Now, as we speak, so just now there is a news that Trump threatens EU with 50% tariff, takes aim at Apple. That is one news I'm reading. And then actually, so stock futures fall as Trump threatens Apple with 25% iPhone tariff, anything which is made outside the US. So something interesting. It'll probably be a volatile session, even though it's expected to be a thin trading session. Now let's come back to Dow Jones. So let's focus on what we see. All three indices are in the downward trend based on the weekly trend. So we have Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq. That's we are done. Let's go. Since last few days, we're speaking about the Dow Jones facing a strong resistance here. Probably it's heading down, right? So we'll see how it goes. This resistance has contained on the weekly basis. We are actually below the last week low. 41,777 was the low. We are right at then we are close at 41,859. Now with this news, definitely the markets are going to start lower. Okay, let's go to S&P 500. As we agreed that basically we are trading within the previous week, last week's range. So 5,958 on the top, 5,786 on the downside. We have seen a low of 5,825 so far, and then the high is 5,968. So we are still trading within the range. Our key support is 5791, right, for the weekly chart, which is weekly. Today's the weekend. For last day of the week. So same thing with the Nasdaq. We have actually 21,443. So we're trading in last week's range. So 21,443 is the high for last week. We have seen a high of 21,482 and 21,443 and 21,482. So we have seen a new high, a little bit of high, and then we are still in the range. So we'll see, and let's take some clues from the futures, because what has happened is actually futures has gone down. So where is my futures chart? Okay, this is the one. So let's go to E-mini futures. So E-mini futures has dropped. It was, before this news, it was somewhere around, if I'm not wrong, so yeah, this is the news, and it dropped. So before this news, it was somewhere around 21,177, and now it's 20,765. So it's from 21,177 to 20,770. So let's see how it's going to be an interesting session today. So we are coming into the support level, and these are our supports, which is 21,716 and 2641. So we'll see how it goes, but it's not a very good beginning for the day. So let's see. Okay, let's go to S&P futures. So where is S&P futures? S&P future, actually, we're looking at this support. So this support has been taken out. So we're heading towards 2721. So we'll see how it goes. Now, I have a little bit of contradictory. So basically, what is happening is with the market going down at the start, and if we look at our seasonality play, now what seasonality suggests? Let me bring it here. So seasonality for 23rd March, based on the historical seasonality pattern, suggests that the probability of higher closing, bullish closing on all three indices, Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq, is pretty good today. We'll see how it goes. I have seen that Friday before Memorial Day is generally a stronger close. So we'll see how it goes. I would like to thank all my viewers who are watching my channel and supporting me. I will appreciate, guys, if you can follow me on, go to my website, twtlearning.com. Also follow me on Twitter at twtlearning.com. I am on YouTube where you're watching me. So I will try to put as much good stuff as I can. Your support is highly appreciated. TWT Learning provides financial market education and research. So please feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in learning about the markets flow, how market moves, market psychology, price action, option trades, how the option flow works. So identify. Basically, the idea is to learn to identify high probability investing and trading setups. That's the main idea. So let's go to look at the volatility. Okay. So let's look at QQQ. So QQQ on a weekly basis is still in the range. Where is QQQ at the moment? So QQQ is 50. So it was, the closing was 514, so 504 now. So it's 10 points down. So now this news has again created uncertainty. Let me see if I have, okay, I'm on the daily chart. So you can see on the 4-hourly chart that we have seen a drop. Well, the interesting thing is we are sitting at this support line. So if this support line comes around, say about, okay, so it's about 500, almost 500. So let's see if we can hold 500 on there with this news, right? Now let's go and look at the S&P. So S&P, this is the daily chart. Let's look at the 4-hourly chart. 4-hourly chart is saying that we have broken that trend line. Interesting. It's going to be really interesting. We'll see how it goes, right? Let's go. So I have changed a little bit of pattern today. So what I'm doing is basically I'm covering QQQ, SPY, and then we're looking at the volatility. So VIX. Now VIX on the weekly basis. Let's see on the. So VIX has gone higher. So if you see here, the closing was actually market open, so 24.81. So VIX has gone higher. If you check here, so 710. So you can see the VIX was around with this news. It was like, let me go to 1 hour. Sorry. Okay. So in last 1 hour before this news, it was 19.81. Now 24.91. So uncertainty of trade tariff has come back into action again. And here what I'm showing you is the Ultra VIX short-term future ETF. Now this is also the day. Let me go to 4-hourlies. So let's see what it is showing. It has also gone higher. Where it was like about 23.5. From there it's going to 26.26. So some volatility based on trade tariff has come back into action. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has dropped, right? So Bitcoin, if you go, let's see on 1 hourly, so Bitcoin has dropped. So interesting. So we'll have definitely interesting session. Now the key thing is the earnings. So the earnings next week, we have NVDA, so we have Semiconductor Marvell, we have Salesforce, we have HP, Lululemon. So these are the earnings we have. So I would like to just go through, touch base on what's happening on NVIDIA and Tesla. So let's see on Tesla. So Tesla for the last 5 weeks has been going higher. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th week. In order for Tesla to remain higher, it needs to close above 349.98 today. So last week the closing is 349.98. Tesla is holding this trend line, which is the key, which it needs to hold. Where it comes to, in the case of NVIDIA, we have NVIDIA's earning post-market Wednesday, next week on 28th. So see here what we have. NVIDIA closed 135.40. A week ago, again, NVIDIA is a similar scenario. 4 weeks of higher closing. So the key thing is, can we manage to close above 135.40 today? At the moment with this news, it doesn't look like. Let's see where is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is 129.06. So it will be interesting. Now, my opinion is I think whatever we see in the first 30 to 40 minutes or 45 minutes will be the low for the day. So let's see. Again, it's just a high probability. It's a high probability seeing historical patterns on the a day before Memorial Day holiday. I mean, the last session before Memorial Day holiday has been stronger. So let's see what happens, right? So let's see, and let's see what is going on with Tesla. Let me see if I go to 4-hourly. So Tesla is also 340. So Tesla has dropped as well, right? So, okay, now let me go to extended hours. Let me just change it. So Tesla is 335. Okay. So something interesting, yeah? Let's see. So let's go change Tesla to daily. Okay. The other thing is AMD has broken this trend line. Again, definitely AMD is also lower at the moment with the way news is moving the market. So from 110 to 107. AVGO, Broadcom from 230 to 224, but still holding on the weekly basis a strong trend line. Marvell, 59.99 from 61.85, trading in a squeezing range. Micron, so from 94 to 91.80. Definitely this news is moving the market. Gold. So let's look at gold. So where is gold? So let's look at gold. Gold has gone shot up, right? So what was it in last 4 hours? So you can see it broke this 4-hourly high. It's trading at 3348. So it's at 3,348, and you can see it has shot up, and now it's just cooling off. So news impact is a little bit cooling off. Let's look at US dollar. So US dollar is the dollar index. Dollar index has a very strong support at 99. So it did test and then it's pulling back. Now let's look at like crude oil. So the crude is actually, 1 second. So the crude is actually going to remain between 66 to 51 on a longer term basis. This is going to be the range. This is the congestion which is going to play. So if the tariff war continues, then there's always a possibility of recessionary talk in the market. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so I wanted to cover US Treasury. Okay, on the US Treasury, so you see that we have 30 years. So there was a lot of talk about 30 years. So if you see 30 years is sitting at trading near the resistance, right? So over a period of time, it will cool down a little bit. Same thing goes with 10 years. 10 years is also testing the resistance area at 4.65%. 4.65%. So just ignore these text. So it's sitting at 4.65%. So let's see how the market goes. It'll be an interesting session. Thank you very much for supporting me, and I'll come back with another video, morning video on Tuesday, and I'm planning to do a podcast on NVDA earnings over the weekend. I will keep you posted, guys. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful trading day, guys.